On this day, I came to understand something disturbing. It's disturbing because the Lord gives us signs before we understand what is going on, and the Lord gave me signs. The mercy of the Lord. Let's start there. The mercy of the Lord over my life has been immeasurable. The number of times He has saved me from my own foolishness, as is recorded in this testimony, is beyond comprehension. I try to think my way through the reasons why He has done what He has done, and all I can think of is that He's given me grace. Not only grace, but He's given me mercy. Today, I finally understood something that has been interfering with my deliverance. I know, and I'm convinced, that my deliverance is present. I know it's tangibly present, but because the door to darkness had perpetually remained open in a way that left me unsure whether or not the Lord had actually forgiven me, to be very honest, for a while, nothing that was going on with me fit the Word in any way. Absolutely nothing that has happened to me fits the Word. Because it did not fit the Word, I kept holding on to the Word, knowing that's what He had said. The fruits of what He had said were not materializing in my life. They would materialize in some areas, but not in others. Sometimes they would materialize, and then sometimes they wouldn't. For somebody who doesn't know the Word that well or fully understand it, it's not that I'm unintelligent. I can understand the Word. What I did not understand was the gravity of what was happening to me. Now I do. This is an alarm I raised with deliverance ministers who have helped me throughout my deliverance journey, but in return, I received silence. I don't think many of them failed to respond because they didn't want to. I believe they didn't respond because they didn't know. This concerns the COVID-19 vaccine. Now, I've always been a dreamer. My dreams have been present since I was a child, but I'm also very sensitive to medications. There are certain things my body will reject or react to very harshly, and one of those was the flu shot. I never took the flu shot because it never made sense to me to infect myself with a flu virus so I could become immune to it. That simply didn't make sense to me. Plus, I come from Africa, so we don't go around purposefully infecting ourselves with things because we already know things are dangerous. We don't mess around with those things. I did take the flu vaccine once, and the reaction I had to it was so massive and so violent that I literally never trusted it again. I decided I was never going to do that again. So, when the COVID vaccine came out, unfortunately, I was still new to the Word. I also attended a church that neither encouraged nor discouraged us from taking it. There weren't widespread warnings around me. There weren't people around me saying something was wrong. Had those warnings been there, I could honestly say today that I regret not listening. But I didn't know. I remember going in and asking questions because of the reaction I'd had to the flu vaccine. I wasn't asking about possible side effects from the COVID vaccine itself. Because I live in Washington State, a place that, in my experience, isn't known for believing in Jesus, I had no warning whatsoever. There was nothing in the news. There was nothing on my social media. This was completely hidden from me. So I took the vaccine. Almost immediately afterward, I regretted taking it. According to the medical professionals, though, I was fine. Medically, everything checked out. If everyone is telling you everything is fine, do you have any reason to worry? You really don't. But being aware of what your own body does and does not normally do is extremely important because you have to be your own advocate. At that point, I was still living with doubt and double-mindedness. I wasn't sure what was happening, so I trusted the medical side. I also struggled with people-pleasing because of the wounds I carried. Thank God, our Father has dealt with that directly. I don't struggle with it the way I once did. I'm much more cautious about people now. Either way, I took the vaccine. I had a YouTube channel back then. If you go back to my old channel, you'll actually see me documenting some of this. The side effects everyone talked about: the sore arm, body aches, pain, fever. That wasn't what alarmed me. What alarmed me were the massive headaches. Then came the fevers. Then came the changes in my sleep. I've always been a light sleeper. I don't simply sleep. Even while sleeping, I'm generally aware of my surroundings. That's always been true about me. After the vaccine, my sleep patterns changed. I started sleeping much more than normal. At the time, I was also coming out of Islam and working through generational family wounds, so I assumed maybe it was depression. I didn't think much about it. I figured I was simply recovering. It took me a very long time to recover from the first shot.